Home, Chapter 28, a Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork by XAA on Tumblr. You can find a link to the artist's Tumblr in the description box below. If you haven't already, smash that like button and leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment Marinette is staring. Okay? You don't know how to spell staring? It's S-T-A-R-I-N-G. Okay? It's sta-ring. Anyway, that's a side note. I've noticed that's a word that a lot of people can't spell on the first try. Anyway, I think I've used up my intro time. So, please enjoy Chapter 28 and don't forget to subscribe. Adrian aggressed as Cat Noir. Why? Why was Marinette staring at him like that? Why did she say, "Oh no," before looking at him like he'd brought a decapitated rabbit corpse to her doorstep? Was it his joke? Was it because she thought him a nerd? Was she worried he was a closet otaku? Because, well, he was, but he was discreet about it. It's not like he lined up waifu pillows on his bed and publicly announced he liked things that weren't legal for his age. That's not what he was about. "Marinette, you okay?" he asked, waving a hand in her face as she buffered. She stood up abruptly, excusing herself to the bathroom without a word. Okay? That wasn't nerve-provoking at all. Cat felt his heart rate accelerate as he reanalyzed the conversation. She'd admitted to liking him, but was that just to make him feel better? Or did she like Cat Noir, and him being Adrian was too much for her? He couldn't blame her. His family name was a lot for a person, and he knew that truth firsthand. So, to keep his hands busy, Cat grabbed his cross-stitch and began to work on the letter N. What else could he do in his girlfriend's room? "Everything okay in there?" he dared to call out after 10 minutes passed. The door clicked open in response, leaving him to make eye contact with a pink-faced Marinette. "Sorry about that." "No worries." "I had to, compose myself." "Anything I can do?" "No!" Marinette squeaked. "Nope, it's a personal journey, if you know what I mean." He had no idea what she meant, but okay. "So, loser makes dinner?" "Loser?" Cat tilted his head to the side until he realized she gestured to the switch and he missed it. "Sure," he grinned, "but if I win, then it's beef stroganoff." "You're..." Marinette began, cutting herself off to regain her balance as the house shook. Without thinking, Cat was next to her, his arm wrapped around his back as his ears stood skyward atop his head. "Another one." "Cat Noir." Marinette patted him on the shoulder. "I'll be fine. Go." He looked down at her, knowing there was no way to mask the concern in his eyes, and nodded. "I'll be back soon." But when he turned around for a last glance when he went up to the balcony, Marinette wasn't there. Perhaps it was a bit egotistical, or even the expectation of his internalized misogyny, but Cat thought she would see him off. No, it was better that she made her way to safety instead. He had a job to do, and worrying about Marinette shouldn't be his top priority. Setting himself straight, Cat made his way to the river where a man clad in iridescent plastic with what looked like a neon green onesie underneath stood. At this point in his super career, Cat stopped guessing Hawkmoth's fashion sense, but this one made him wonder a bit if, when they catch him, he should arrange for him to meet his father. There was plenty Hawkmoth could learn from a leading fashion designer. Oh, look! Ladybug! He'd beaten her here after all. It helped that he was not only already transformed when the Akuma appeared, but also that he didn't have to create excuses or lie to get out of a situation and slip away. He had an advantage over Ladybug for once. The thought distracted him for a moment. Now that she was the guardian, did she have someone she could count on for a confidant? The thought made him lonesome for how she might feel if there wasn't one. Sure, Marinette only knew who he was for a short while, nor did he talk to her about Akuma fights, but there was comfort in her presence. Judging by the anklet that didn't quite match the rest of the ensemble, Cat had the location of the Akuma pinpointed. He looked over to Ladybug to send her an affirmative nod, but found her distracted by crumpled cellophane balls aimed to pelt her. Why was she batting them back one by one? Why not whirl her yo-yo and be done with it? "Hey, LB! Get your head in the game!" he called out, taking her off guard. She slipped from her rooftop arena, leaving him to bound after her for the saving catch before she hit cobblestone. What's going on? He realized he yelled the question at her out of concern. Sorry, I got distracted. By what? Some guy? Cat leaned in, despite already being close. An illicit lover? What? Why illicit? She pushed his face away. No, I just realized something about one of my relationships, that's all. Oh? Multiple lovers? Cat wiggled his eyebrows. Now you're the distraction. Come on, kitty. Time to find an Akuma. Oh, that? It's in the anklet. He relished his smugness. Knowing finding it before Ladybug did was a praiseworthy accomplishment. Great! Lucky charm! Great! Lucky charm! A cataclysm and a white butterfly later, the superhero duo was out of the woods and hiding from the media in an alley. Hey, LB, Cat began. Cat, you have to get out of here! You have a minute left, she interrupted. As opposed to you? I've got another 4. He laughed, shaking his head. Have you forgotten? You already know who I am. Her look of surprise told him she hadn't thought of it that way. Oh, yeah. Right. Don't worry, I'll get out of here before you de-transform. But considering I'm an idol even without a mask, I'd rather have the crowd disperse a little more before showing my face. Ladybug nodded, her face lit by his de-transformation. Good luck getting home, she said, not making eye contact. Thanks. He patted her shoulder and left her a smile. Good luck with that relationship of yours. Trotting onto the cobblestone, Adrian pulled the hood of his gray sweatshirt over his head and began to hum to himself, happy to be going home. This time, he didn't need help getting there. Marinette was already there, waiting for him to come home. Hopefully she had whatever, oh no, worked out by now. Hopefully him being a dashing Black Knight going out to save the city helped. Whatever it was, he hoped they'd have a peaceful, uneventful night. Between Marinette and Ladybug, Cat realized the women in his life were acting strange today, so the least he could do for himself is to get down to an American pop song while playing Just Dance. It was a great stress relief, and even if they weren't talking, maybe Marinette could relax. With that thought in his mind, Adrian entered the Dupang Chang bakery, exchanged pleasantries with Tom, and made his way upstairs. Sure, the women in his life were odd, but so was his life, so all was well. All was well when he was home. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 29 is on the way. If you would like more Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified, and tune back for Chapter 29. I will catch you in the next one, and if you don't know what to comment, comment all is well. Bye!